Hello, it's Fran Davidson from psychicandenergywork.com.au, and this is part 2 of my monthly observations for the month August 2026. Part 2 always looks at the month's birth number. Every month we see 2 levels of number, what could be called the generic layer of chart, which comes around every time a month comes. So every August we see a birth number of 8. But if we couple that with the birth number for the year 2026, we'll also get what I call, maybe others do too, a specific birth number of 2034, which reduces to 9. So if you go through to the website, Psychic and Energy Work, to the monthly observations page, you'll be able to read about this month's birth numbers. This video is not a repeat of this. So what I'd like to zero in on, in addition to what's written on the website, is the fact that this month we see 2 8s in the chart, 1 at birth number level. We also have 3 5s manifesting this month, 2 of which come as a result of the year. But within that, we've also got 4 4s in terms of the whole chart, right? So not all of these numbers manifest at birth number level. I'm sort of getting ahead of myself, but what I want to point out is that 5 and 8, when they appear together, especially if you have 5s and 8s in your personal chart as well, they can make life very, very busy. They can even make life very, very ungrounded from time to time, or at least bombarding, overwhelming, just one thing after another. Yeah, they're busy, busy, busy. They're the busiest of all of the digits between 0 and 9. So what that flags, and together with the fact that this month comes with 4 4s, what that flags is that this month is likely to teach us and therefore help us ground in the reality that it brings and that it wants to invite us to move further into moving forward. If we acknowledge that there have just been a few major astrological shifts as well, as in, real shift in era, this is also, or these dynamics may well play through because of those elements as well. I suppose as a result of that, though, if you look at the website and the observations relating to the birth number for this month, you'll find that I'm talking about, getting real, that how life is about to help us all get real to the next level. Now, get real might just mean, be less surface in your presentations, or even perhaps encourage less surface in the presentations that are coming towards you, or the presentations that you entertain. Yeah? But also within there is a need to get real within yourself. And implicit in those words is a level of owning up. If you're anything like me, from time to time, life will help you realize that even though you sort of thought you were doing X, Y, Z, perhaps you've not really on a spiritual level, on an authentic level, perhaps you really haven't been doing that 100% at all. And that's nothing to criticize anybody over, because of course life and being human is a step-by-step discovery and improvement process, hopefully. What that signals is, again, that this month, because of the 8s, 8 is very much a cooking class. It's, with this recipe, you don't use those ingredients. It's very much, cook your way. And obviously we all need to do that in sync with everybody else. But what these numbers flag, right, the 8 of August's birth number every year, the 2034, which reduces to 9, because 9 is get it to the point that you don't do it again. Get it to the point where you end what could be called the bad habits, or perhaps the patterns that are holding you back from channeling or achieving or attracting everything you know and that you've always known is well and truly possible this life. 8 is also, and in part all the other numbers are as well, that it is also a time that helps us understand, I don't have to follow your recipe. I have to respect it. I have to exist with it, alongside of it. But that doesn't mean I have to be your mini-me or vice versa. So this month could well also help us all realize, how do we let go of each other to that next degree, not because we reject, not because we put down, but because, there's more than enough space for us all to exist in a way that, I feel like myself. I'm living my life the way that I need to. Oh, and by the way, I'm not trying to control or deny or oppress anybody else in the room either. It's such a time for learning that, isn't it? Whether that be through our own actions and offerings, or whether that be because we're just watching what's going on in the world. Inclusiveness, collaboration, community, it's becoming more and more of a force, even if we may not get on, even if we struggle to understand each other or even like each other. That doesn't mean we can't allow each other the same amount of space to exist in. Anyway, on that level, what I'm about to do is another mini for the month reading. Again, I've grabbed an object that I have no idea what I'm about to say. And in one sense, readings are always like that. If you are, shall we say, a genuinely spiritual reader, you don't have a view to what you're about to channel. And even as you do, even if you do have inklings, when the reading begins, you can very often go into that moment of, I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't even know whether I'm going to be able to give anything. And then all of a sudden it starts. So here we go. This object that I've picked up is a little fishy. So as I hold this fishy, first thing that comes through is the sense of sunshine. Sunshine, be it, allow it, but most importantly, acknowledge it. Even when there are clouds about, the sun is bursting through. And I don't necessarily mean that we all see blue sky every day or even patches of it. But for as long as we can see light, there is light. And isn't this amazing where these things go? For as long as we can see light, there is light. And yes, all right, I might be talking about the physical eyeball experience, but I'm also talking about the intuitive sense, because it is so easy in the mayhem, and therefore in a heavy 5 and 8 period, it is so easy in these periods to allow the immediate or the noisy, the loudest or the loud reality that is around us. It is so easy to all of a sudden be pulled into a narrowness of vision or awareness in a way that even if there is light around us and plenty of it, blue skies everywhere, even if that's the case, egoic self in us can be pulled into that mindset of there is no light. I don't even know that I can see the light, even if it's in front of me or shining in my face. And so for whatever reason, as I pick up this object, this little fishy, I shouldn't hold it upside down, should I? There is this sense of take time to remember whenever light pops up, it doesn't matter how faded, whenever there is natural light, we are already getting the message of there is opportunity, there is expansion, there is balance that is waiting as an energetic form, as a piece of divine guidance, as a life force. It is waiting for us to just allow it through our door a little bit more. And when I say our door, what I mean is our awareness. Our sense of what is possible, not because we have to make that light come in. In manifesting, one of the worst things you can do in terms of quality, genuineness, long-term manifesting is call it in and instruct the universe in a way that really it's not a very intelligent being. It needs the instructions after all. That's just so not true. That reality exists. It can be believed and modeled by some, but actually, you know what? The divine is real. The universe is real. It is a very big awareness. It's why spiritual guidance exists and can come through people and to people. So again, what I'm trying to hint at here is that as you step through the month, perhaps even on a daily basis, perhaps as you're eating breakfast, as you're having a coffee, as you're going for a walk, as you're looking out a window, even if you're in the thick of it, the minute you see light, natural light, whether you're indoors or not, take it as a sign of the universe saying, you know what? Everything is fine no matter the noise. Everything is going to be wonderful as long as you open your doors to it. Doors, mindset, perceptions, affirmations, yeah? Let the universe in as the force that wants to guide you, walk with you, protect you, but also help you manifest. Why? Because if it helps you manifest, you're going to help everybody else manifest. In other words, you're going to help it achieve its goals. So it's all very vested interest on one level, on the universe's part. And we do have a role in shaping things, but we don't need to be the drivers all the time. Now, the other thing that was happening before that piece of intuition started, and when I first looked at this fishy, there was that sense of swimming upstream in a sense. And I mean upstream not in a challenging way, even though challenge can be really good for us, and it usually is. So the other aspect of swimming was use your intuition. In other words, hello, all right, use your intuition. But what I mean there is allow your intuition. Allow yourself to speak to yourself. Yeah? Allow yourself to hear what your body feels, what your body is trying to say through how it feels, what your energetic state is trying to inform you about. Yeah, whether that's, you know what, you need to let go of that. You know what, it's hello, I don't feel in balance or comfortable right now. Make time to get into these discussions with yourself so as to actually, one, understand why they're there, two, hear the good guidance within them that is about this is existing, this imbalance is existing for these reasons. And also through allowing that sensation or that state to talk to you, that sensation is inviting you or trying to reveal better ways, lighter ways, easier way forward. And bear with me, also more inclusive, holistic, healthy way forwards. Not just for you, not just for me, but for everybody. So I hope my fishy reading has just added value. Please let me know how it comes across. Hopefully it's a little bit of fun and a bit more exciting than last month's observations. But anyway, take good care. Thank you for tuning in. Please call if you need a hand or you'd like to discuss something further. And feel free at any time to go through to my monthly observations, part 3.